One of the ways that can help you know and discern if you have found the aligned wedding photographer for you is by asking a couple of questions. So the first question I want you to think about asking in that consultation call, or what I want you to listen for in that consultation call, is, does the photographer ask you about your priorities? Are they actually wanting to learn from you? Hey, what do you want out of your wedding photos? What do you want this experience to feel like? What are you prioritizing? Make sure that you listen for a photographer who's asking you about your priorities. The second question is, do they talk about timeline strategy? They should come with ideas and preparation for, or recommendations and guidelines of how we can work through your day based off of your priorities. It should be a timeline that is curated and made specifically for your wedding day. As you talk about the things that are really important to you for your day, as you book the photographer and we have a certain amount of time to work together, it starts to give me information for where we can spend a lot more time focusing on where your priorities are, and what are the other aspects of your wedding day that we can just move through a little quicker, because that's not as much of a priority for you. So you want to make sure that they are bringing a strategy to your timeline versus them mandating your timeline. The third question that I want you to think about is, do they talk about family dynamics? Talking about family dynamics is very important because not everyone necessarily comes from a loving two-parent household. So when I, as a photographer, ask you for for family dynamics, I'm not asking in order to be nosy. I'm asking so that I can be respectful and mindful and handle your family with care. Understand that when you share that with a photographer, when you share it with me, I hold that information in the strictest confidence, but it is so important for me to know that information because it helps me to do my job with sensitivity and with care, and to handle you and your loved ones with care. The next question that I want you to be mindful of, or to listen to in the consultation call, is talking with your photographer and making sure that they have a plan for inclement weather. This is something that you should be hearing in the consultation call with the photographer. It's definitely something that you should be addressing with them. And this is a collaborative process, so they can say, yes, I have some ideas, and you guys have a conversation around that. But it's very important that that conversation happens, so that on the day of the wedding, should the weather not be cooperating, you and the photographer both know that you guys are going to now default to plan B. You know what plan B is, you're comfortable with plan B, and now we're just executing. And then the last question that I have here, and it will sound kind of silly, but I think